Hey there, I'll try this again. My name's Truly Myers, and I just had some technical difficulties, so we'll start over. But I'm an autoimmune pain expert, and I help people overcome their autoimmune symptoms, get out of pain, increase their energy, and lose the inflammation weight. And today I want to talk to you about a highly effective strategy to add to the arsenal of getting out of autoimmune pain, getting rid of those symptoms. And these are things that you're not going to hear from your doctor. And I recently I talked to a lot of people with autoimmune conditions. And I recently had a conversation with someone who said that their doctor was almost just completely ignoring everything they were saying and completely focused on numbers on a page. In terms of like lab numbers or whatever numbers that they were looking at regarding that person's condition. And they weren't listening to the actual person's complaints and the truth of the health that they were in and how awful she felt. You know, she was telling him that she felt awful, and it was just not getting through because the papers on the page said, well, you know, things aren't bad. You know, you're actually fine. So I want to talk to you, though, about how we can get more effective strategies, get more help for the condition that you are in, and just to kind of talk about what's happening right now especially in the United States and westernized nations. The autoimmune diseases are many. They affect every system of the body. There's everything from multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia, lupus, myasthenia gravis, Sjogren's, ulcerative colitis. They affect every system of the body. So there's all these different names to go along with that, whether it's the neurological system, whether it's the digestive system, the skin. All of these diseases are devastating. They affect millions of people, and they can destroy the body's tissues. They can progress, so they worsen over time. And they can create disability. As many as 80%, for example, with rheumatoid arthritis, can be disabled. And they may cut a person's lifespan by 18 years. There's a huge effect on the quality of life, affecting everything from just the regular daily activities of life to even the things that are meaningful to us, like being able to go to work, contribute, feel like we're a contribution to the world, feel like we can give in relationships, and we can have an intimate partnership with someone. If you're constantly under the stress of an autoimmune condition, these things are affected. And you know, for so many people, this is not, you know, they go to their doctor hoping for solutions, and they're given prescription medications that have a really devastating effect, side effects wise. So things like bone loss is a side effect, blood loss, immune suppression, toxicity to the liver and other organs, and toxicity to the eyes. All of these things come with the solution or the treatment that's given by traditional medical care. And so then if you're going to take control of doing things on your own, you're going to do some research and try to figure it out, you will see that there is a lot of options related to nutrition, related to natural health. Natural health means natural health methods to try to get over the symptoms, to try to overcome the symptoms, and to eventually get off the medications. So, but the information is overwhelming, and that's something that I've heard a lot, that there is, you know, let's say you're going to start a nutrition program, and there's this example of a nutrition program, and there's this example, and then there's all this anecdotal evidence that goes with it. You know, this person said, oh, this absolutely is the answer, and this will help. And you try to apply it to your own unique situation. You try to apply it to your own unique, you know, condition, the medical history that you have, your unique, you know, troubles that you have that come up when you're trying to make sort of changes. So there's a lot of overwhelming research, overwhelming information, a lot of research, And I hear that people are just overwhelmed with trying to navigate it, trying to figure out what to do. You know, what's the best place to get, but best path to take. And everyone is a bit different. So even though this one specific program is going to be a helpful program, there are nuances of how to apply it to your specific situation. And a knowledgeable healthcare professional can help craft that program for you, help make that for your unique situation and your condition. So many doctors are just kind of looking at a one-size-fits-all approach. They can kind of cater the medications as needed, you know, start you off and kind of monitor to see where you need to go. But doctors are not going to come forward with an overall lifestyle, natural approach that has been proven in prestigious medical journals. It has been shown that nutrition and natural healing can literally cause the symptoms to stop and there to be no more need for medication. So there is proof, there is documented proof that this is possible. And there's, you know, even if, you know, if a doctor were even to hand you, you know, let's say you did go to a doctor that saw this documented in the literature, they saw the effectiveness of a natural approach and that this should be taken first before any toxic meds should be added, and they handed you this program, and they said, you know, this is what you're supposed to follow. It is not customized for you, and it is not geared around all of the things that happen when someone is trying to embark on a lifestyle change like that. So there's a lot of support that is needed that doctors are just not giving. They're certainly not even giving in the small amount of time that they are, you know, with a patient. You know, there's very short time frame that someone is with their doctor, and they're not getting the kind of support that they need even in that amount of time. So this is why an expert health coach is the tool in the arsenal that can get you to where you want to be. It can help bridge the gap between all of the information and the struggles of doing a new program of doing lifestyle change that needs a lot of support, and then to actually seeing the results and seeing where it can get you. So what is health coaching exactly? So in the literature, in the medical literature, it's defined as client-centered. Okay, so it's geared and focused around the specifics of the person that they're talking to. It aims to motivate the individual to improve their health and promote a self-management of their health, so that they, at the end of the time with the health coach, they are empowered. They have the knowledge, they have the handbook or the how-to for how to take care of themselves forever. So it's a way of taking back control of your future, of your symptoms, of your need for medications in the future, of the progression of the disease, and of even having it become progress to even other diseases. That can happen a lot with autoimmune conditions, is that they can lead to other autoimmune conditions down the road. So when you have a great health coach, you have an ally. You have someone who helps you not feel alone with the symptoms that you're feeling. You have someone who is trained to be an empathetic, listening, and supportive ear. They are not merely there to dole out medications, as doctors are. They are not there to literally get rid of you so they can get on to the next person. They are invested in the time it takes to help you feel that support. So you get a nutritional guidance, you get a customized plan, you get the support that's needed to make those difficult changes, because it is difficult. I mean, lifestyle changes, making a change in how we eat, how we sleep, how we live day to day after kind of years and years of habits is hard. It is very hard to do. Also, there's support for, there's a lot of things around food. There's a lot of emotional things around food. People have been, really using food for comfort. They need support to not have that anymore, to not feel so burdened by the fact that they need emotional support. So they're using food, and they need some way to bridge that gap, to get over that need. And this can happen with someone who is an expert in food addiction, who knows about emotional eating, and knows about the struggles that come with making those kinds of changes. And traditional medical care just is not, ignores the value of human support, and ignores how important it is for lifestyle changes, that it ignores that one-on-one that comes with being with a person, to help them get over what they're doing, to help them deal with what they're experiencing, and get just the support that they're needing. So they'll provide, a health coach provides information, education, tools, resources, and the support that's needed. A good health coach is committed to your success. They know that, when things need to be retooled, when they need to be kind of made a little more refined in terms of the plan, a little more customized as you go, that is something that a health coach is going to be monitoring along the way. So again, one size does not fit all, and especially around the condition of an autoimmune condition. It is a complex disease. It has a lot of moving parts. It's a little more complex than even diabetes or heart disease. There's a lot more going into it. If anyone has seen the presentation I have, they will know that there's a multi-strategy approach that has to include addressing the gut and addressing the microflora, the microbiome. There has to be an approach that addresses the absorption issues of the gut. There has to be an approach that addresses the triggers that cause the symptoms to get even worse. So all of these things it's a lot of moving parts, especially when you're trying to navigate what's the best plan for you. So nutrition coaching will provide that guidance, the education materials, the resources that helps you gain an understanding of how to care for you and how to adapt it to your busy lifestyle. Because, through all of these kinds of changes, through all of the research that you're trying to figure out, all of the information that you're trying to navigate about what's the best way for you, you're also adding that on top of, life, being with your family and dealing with a job and dealing with taking care of a house and all of the things that come with life are needing to be, customized for your nutrition plan. Your healing protocol needs to be customized for you, and that's really, really important, especially for success. So someone can be really committed, but in terms of getting to success, they need to feel supported, and they need to know that their needs are being heard. So in terms of what the research says about health coaching, the interventions for patients with chronic diseases, when they do these interventions and they look to see how effective is health coaching, they are showing many positive effects. And at the end of the intervention period, there was overwhelmingly proved effective for helping people accomplish their goals. So again, we are human beings that need each other. We need others who have expertise in certain things, and we have expertise that we can give to others. So it is, we are a being that is, needing that connection, needing that support that comes with being with others. So, having that framework around accountability, around that emotional support is going to be really, really instrumental to your success. Having that personalized action plan with practical tips for all the specific situations that come up in life, all of these things is information and knowledge that you can unlearn. So once you have it, you have it. And it is literally a very valuable thing to have in your toolbox. I went through that. I know X, Y, and Z now because I would, because of the investment in the health coaching and because I was able to establish this and know what it's like, know what it's like to put these tips into practice and to get results, to get out of pain, and to get to a place where I'm totally back to my normal self. I am now my best self because of what I've learned, because of how I've been supported to do the things that I needed to do to get well and to heal. And I ask my clients, where are you at with your belief system? Where are you at with believing that it's possible for your body to heal itself? Because I can show you, research after research, medical literature documenting the success, or even the success stories of people saying that they, when they did these things, when they had the commitment, and that's probably, number one step. Are you at the point where you're ready to make a change and you have the commitment and the follow through to go it till it's done, to go it until the results are there, to stay at it until the results are there, until the pain is gone. They're literally there and ready to do this. So when they have those things in place and then they get the support, the professional support they need, it's literally success that will happen. Success will happen. And that is what that's what the literature says in the medical literature, and that is what many success stories have said. My personal story started with kind of the beginnings of a lot of autoimmune symptoms in my early 20s. I certainly had a lot of struggles with asthma, with allergies and things, needed an inhaler, and was able to, to this, today I can say that I do not need any medications for any autoimmune pain or symptoms. I do not need an inhaler like I used to. I do not need to be taking any pain relief anymore like I used to. And it reminded me of, there was a person named Joe who did his own, he did find a resource, a health coach to figure out his way to get out of his pain. He experienced a lot of problems with eczema and asthma, and was on all kinds of medications to manage this. He was on medications for over 33 years. So this started when he was a really young kid, and just having really embarrassing, horrible eczema that he, has kind of scarred him, thinking emotionally, just thinking about the struggles that he had as a kid dealing with eczema, for example. And he was trying to manage it with all the medications he could get, all these really expensive lotions that he was paying for year after year that never resulted in the relief that he needed or was looking for. And once he implemented once he got the support to get his own customized autoimmune protocol in place, completely off meds. After 33 years of being a slave to these medications and to the lotions that he was spending all this money on, to put in the time and effort needed to learn about how to take care of himself, needed to learn about what it was that his body needed. To do that, and to say, at the end of that rainbow, completely off meds, completely rid of all of the symptoms. Would he say after that fact that it was worth that? Absolutely. Absolutely. He's like, I don't have to think about, my next medication, or I do not have to think about what the next months are going to be in terms of me looking for another lotion for this skin condition. So, he is now stronger. He was a runner. He's in his 40s, so he's a runner, and he noticed that his times were getting better. So not only was there this wonderful, this proved effective for his eczema and for his asthma. Not only was there that, but there was all these side effects that went with that. Things like, increased energy, better, it affected all the symptoms. All of the systems of the body, even his ability to run a race was improved. So I just want to encourage you that, don't give up hope. You might feel like, you've tried everything, and you haven't tried everything, and you just haven't found the right support and the resources and the right protocol for you. And it is possible for your body to heal. The human body can heal. If anyone would like to talk with me about their specific condition, I would encourage you to check out my presentation, and maybe even take a look at whether we might be a fit for us to work together. And if that's something you're interested in, you can click on the Learn More button on the Truly Myers Facebook page, and you can see either go to see my presentation or schedule a call with me to talk about your unique situation, to find out about the hope that there is for all of these autoimmune conditions. Literally have the keys they just need the right keys to unlock your healing potential that your body already has. So I am so glad to be here to help everyone, and I know that a lot of people are struggling and hurting with this, and I hope that this brings a little hope to you today. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I will talk to you all next week.